Hey everyone, welcome back to the video. I am Jeremy. I own Jeramie Lu Photography. I'm based out of Reno, Nevada, and I shoot weddings, portrait, and commercials. Right now, we're going to be talking a little bit on the wedding side here because we're doing another series in this video, and we're going to kind of be talking about what happens when I get a lead and I qualified the lead. I took away the red flags, and I want to go ahead and meet with them to book them because if you're like me or you're any wedding photographer ever, and this can go towards anything, but like any wedding photographer ever, you know that you'll get a ton of emails at certain points of your day or year or month, and they're not all going to pan out for you. Maybe people are just looking for pricing, and our job is to kind of get those red flags, right? So let's say the red flags are done. Let's say that everything's done, and I'm reviewing a questionnaire to set up to them. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to pull up a blank questionnaire for you guys because I don't know if you guys really want to see an actual questionnaire. So we get to create these questionnaires ourselves. Oh, we gotta do this all the time. I like to see the word and I don't see it. Questionnaires. And I'm gonna pull up a template and I'm gonna pull up my wedding inquiry questionnaire. And I made this, guys, in 2013 and I still use it. I don't know if it updates the date when I use it, but what I try to do is as soon as I get the leads from the last video, they get this questionnaire sent with my pricing, right? So an email goes out, pricing's in there. You can send your proposals as well, and that's a whole other video we can talk about. But basically, I want them to know what I'm charging and what they're getting before they meet with me because I don't want to sit in a meeting and go, here's my pricing, here's what I got, let's go for it. And then they're like, oh my God, you're crazy, or oh no, that's way cheap. And that's not what you want to hear. So this is a questionnaire I send out. It looks really, really nice and pretty in Pixifi when you send it to them. Your logo's up top. You can modify the colors, change a few things around. But the questions I'm asking is, when is your wedding? Where's your wedding going to be? I need all the information for the bride and groom. And yes, I put bride and groom on here, and I will modify. I haven't modified it fully, but I do a lot of same-sex weddings as well, and I do need to create a modification of one that's for that, maybe couple one, couple two. So I just figured out how to word it. How did you learn about me? What and give me some words of style that you want. The pricing. So I sent them a PDF with my pricing, and that's all in there. Which are you interested in? So that I know when I go into this meeting, I know they've looked at my pricing and I know their price point is okay with me, right? And that's alleviates so much stress when you guys are trying to book a wedding because you're like, is my pricing gonna be freaking them out? Like, are we gonna get scared? What else do you want? You want engagement, bridal, trash to dress, after? And then on a scale from 1 to 10, this is my most favorite thing. Tell me how excited you are to shoot Jeramie Lu. Shoot with Jeramie Lu Photography. Don't shoot me. And the reason I ask this is if it's anything other than a 10, something's wrong. If it's a 9, something's wrong. So I want to go into that question knowing what's wrong. What's your go-to coffee, go-to order at coffee? And I actually use this because when I meet with them, I'll actually order their coffee before they get there so that they have it. It's just a little extra service, customer service, if you will. Anything else you want to tell me, just a broad anything. Usually they'll type up a whole couple paragraphs and kind of go from there. Once I have this set up, we set up a meeting. It's an in-person meeting as best as I can. I do shoot a lot of destination weddings, so if it's not an in-person meeting, then it is going to be on Zoom, on Loom now, if I can use Loom for it. But I want to get in front of them and I want to talk to them and I want to meet with them. A phone call is a last resort, last resort. Especially if they live in the same area. If they don't want to meet with you in person, something else is going on, right? And I always try to meet with both people, everybody in the party, especially who's paying, who's involved. I don't like the conversation of, you know what, thank you so much for information. Let me go home and now talk to my fiance and see what they have to say because you haven't met them. So you're just another person, right? So we have this ready. So let's say that you've now booked them. We are now getting ready to go into our contracts and invoices. The cool thing with Pixifi is that you have contract templates that you've created. So whatever you're using now for say you're not in Pixifi, whatever you're using now, you can actually just put this in and we're gonna go, I have different packages for my wedding. My most popular is called the Mondo, which is the middle. I wanted 3 M's. That was just my thing. So basically I have all these and the cool thing is they have something called tokens. And what tokens are allow you to input things in their lead list from our last video to automatically go into this, right? So say you've created an invoice, you have the client 1, client 2, their phone numbers, address, blah, 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 blah. Instead of retyping it, it's just going right into here, right? So what day of the week, day of the month, day of the year, blah, blah, blah. We can add, we can add all the tokens here. These are all different tokens that you can add here. There's way too many to even name, but it's so cool that they're in there. I just don't have it. You can add your staff name if you have staff and all that. I've added all mine in here. Contracts, first name. Let me move myself here. First name, city, blah, 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 groom's name, so forth. And then the thing is once you create a contract for them, this all gets filled out automatically. And you can actually go in and tweak things. So maybe they didn't want the album, so I modified the price. So I'll take out the album on just their contract rather than the whole thing. I make them initial every single part of my contract. After everything has an initial, they have to initial it before to move forward. So we're not using DocuSign, guys. We're not using another external service. It's all built into Pixifi where I can just send this out. They sign it, they fill it, they're good to go. And then once you create the contract, it then takes you to another page that you're allowed to add a minimum payment. Are they allowed to pay by check? Who's it going to? Who's signing it? And then the cool thing with that is that it allows you to, and these are all my contracts that are going on now. Total drafts. I have contracts signed in 2023, awaiting signature for 42. This right here is maybe I've sent a couple contracts and I haven't modified, I haven't gone through it yet. I used to go through these every day, but I don't because I don't need to. But I have a draft not sent. So this is for a wedding that we haven't sent the contract yet. So we're just waiting on them to give me the kind of make sure everything's cool on pricing, and then we'll send it to them. But yeah, just all this easy peasy stuff, right? Pixifi makes my life a lot easier because I don't have to do that. In fact, before this video series today, I sent a contract. It took me maybe 3 minutes to do from beginning to end. Everything's in there. And one pro tip is make sure that you do have a lawyer, paralegal, somebody go through your contract. Make sure it's legit, make sure it works. But hopefully that helps you guys. Nice and tight with these videos. I'm killing it right now. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to delve into this a little bit more. But thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you on the next one.